Hey everybody, HECARIM is actually getting a fairly substantial, I don't know if you want to call this a rework, a rebalancing that I wanted to do a video on going over. So HECARIM changes will be on the PBE today/tomorrow, pushing him to have more incentives to be a fighter bruiser and less of an assassin/full tank. This is aimed to be above, so we'll be tuning this the rest of the week. Okay, so these numbers are going to keep changing throughout the rest of the week as they tune it, but I think the base idea that they're doing here is actually rather interesting, and that's why I decided to do, well, a video on it, because I thought to myself, you know what, actually this is kind of cool. So the first thing I'm going to notice is that the Q mana cost went down. Instead of 28 to 40 is now 30 flat. Now, they raised the mana cost on the higher ranks of his Q to keep HECARIM from really being able to top lane that substantially. Now, with this mana cost going up by 2 at the early rank, but even by rank 2 it's going down a little bit, this means that HECARIM's mana consumption is going to be far less arduous. That actually helps him out substantially. So what are they doing? The base damage on his Q is going down at the later ranks. Instead of 60 to 180, it'll be 60 to 160. The AD ratio is going up from 90 to 95. However, the damage per stack is going up a lot. Instead of 2% damage per stack, you're getting 4%, that's baseline. Instead of 3% per 100 AD, you'll have 6% per 100 AD. And the number of stacks is going up from 2 to 3. So if I showed you guys this right here, right now you can only get 2 stacks on his Q. That's going to go up to 3. In addition, the rate at which they fall off, if I can show you guys this right here, right now they fall off. When they fall off, they're gone, right? So now what they're going to do is, instead of falling off all and they're just all gone, it'll fall off 1 per second. So if you have full stacks at 3 stacks, you'll actually have 2 extra seconds to keep at least 1 stack. Now the cooldown reduction per stack is going down, but what this means is that max stacks of 3, instead of having 2 seconds reduction, you'll have 2.25 reduction on your Q cooldown. So all of this actually seems to make sustained damage HECARIM far better. So if he's fighting into champions like tanks or Jax or even stuff like Aurelia, Darius, etc., he's actually going to be a bit stronger if he can stack it up on minions with the lower mana costs. I'm not saying top lane HECARIM's going to come back. I'm just saying, it'll do a little bit better. Now, here is another thing now this looks substantial here. This is actually what convinced me that this is definitely worth talking about in a video. The W, now that is, of course, the Spirit of Dread. That's this. This gives him a heal up to 120 from minions. It also heals on Ignite, and then it heals, obviously, on damage you deal to opponents. Now, that is getting 15 to 35 armor and magic resist while it's active. That means even at rank 1 W is going to give you 15 armor and magic resist, plus 120 health healing from minions, plus healing from the opposing champions, plus 80 magic damage. Basically, on a 14-second cooldown, at the very least. Now, I don't know if top HECARIM's going to come back. I'm just saying the possibility that top HECARIM might actually be able to go back to using his W to aggressively take trades with his lane opponent and win said trades. Now, his E is where the nerf is coming. The min damage is the same, the max damage is the same, but the AD ratio on both is coming down. In addition, the knockback distance is going down, and the minimum and maximum is coming down. Now that makes ganking actually worse, but it could potentially make top lane better, particularly because the cooldown is going from 20 to 16 to 17 flat. So maxing E is going to be significantly worse, but you'll have it on a lower cooldown, so you can use it to trade more, and you'll knock people back less. So if you actually use it in top lane to, I guess actually just lane and hit people, it'll knock them back away from you a little bit less. Now, the other nerf they're doing is the fear duration on his ultimate is getting nerfed back to what it used to be. Instead of 0.75 to 2, it'll be 0.75 to 1.5 seconds. So the max fear on his ultimate is going down from 2 to 1.5. So a lot of HECARIM players were actually requesting that, because one of the things that did was it made tank HECARIM way too good in team fights, that he could just jump into the middle of the opposing team and get a 2-second fear, and he didn't really have to try to hit anyone. He just kind of like engaged and then was like really tanky. So then he was just tanky, and so basically by nerfing Emaxing, by nerfing his ult, then giving him tanky stats on his own, and then giving him a reason to exist in a fight longer, they're doing basically what they said here. They want him to be more of a fighter bruiser and less of an assassin full tank. So this is what's coming for HECARIM. I actually think this is good, and I did play a lot of top lane HECARIM back in the day, so this could open up potentially a champion that I used to play back to being played in my lane again. I don't know, but much like when they brought back Olaf, and Olaf is still kind of sort of maybe playable in top lane, definitely I think HECARIM could receive the same sort of revitalization where maybe he'll be coming back to top lane. So that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, give me your thoughts on any of this. What do you guys think about any of this? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's not cool? I don't know. Anyway, thank you everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.